Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Apologies for all the sound behind me. I am in Miami at the beach. Yay. Shabbat Shalom from the beach. So this week's parsha is Mishpatim. So Mishpatim, it may sound familiar because Mishpatim means laws. A single rule, a single law is a Mishpat. And it's called this because there are 53 mitzvot, Mishpatim, and other kinds of mitzvot in this parsha. And there's this cool website that marks out all of the mitzvot per parsha, which I love. And I was just looking at it. It's a bunch. And the ones that stood out to me were two ones that were back to back, pretty low down on the list. And the first one is, if you see that your enemy's ox or donkey has been lost, and you see them, you should return it to your enemy. And immediately after, the next one is, if you see your enemy struggling with putting a load back on his donkey or ox, you shall help him to put the load back on. And I looked around those mitzvot to see if there was like a complimentary one for, like, if you see your friend struggling with an ox, you should help them. And there wasn't any. There's just the ones about helping your enemy. So maybe it's implied that you would want to help someone that you care about, or it's saying that you should do this to your enemy, and that also means do this for everyone else. You don't need to be instructed to help your friend. You don't need to be instructed to do things for people you love, but you need to be instructed to do things for people that you don't love. And so I just kind of have been thinking about this idea of being kind to the people who we don't consider in our closest circles, and doing things that are kind of selfless. Like the two things that are mentioned to do for your enemies, it's not like invite your enemy to your birthday party, invite your enemy to a Shabbos meal. Like, it's not those. It's if your enemy loses something that's vital to his or her, parnasa, to their career, to their livelihood, you should help them. You should return the thing that's, and I think we can kind of extrapolate that to a lot of other situations. If you see a job that is, the right thing for someone, and they ask that you recommend them, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to help people in procuring their livelihood and keeping their livelihood. And so yeah, I just like this idea, again, that there's not a mention of help your friend. Of course that you're gonna help your friend. That's what you do. And I like that not only is it implying that, it's kind of assuming that if a Jew is a Jew, the Jew will honor their friends and honor the people that they love. It's just when it's for those people that we don't really feel so much connection to that we are instructed and told how to do this. And so yeah, that's in Mishpatim. There's a lot of different mitzvot. There's of course the mitzvah of not combining meat with dairy, with you shall not bathe the calf in its mother's milk. And there's a lot of different explanations for these. The number one thing that always strikes me is the same thing with the mitzvah of shiluach haken, where you send the mother bird away before taking its eggs. It's kind of it's thoughtfulness to animals, and it's not that we're saying don't eat animals, never have a pet. It's a different kind of compassion, and if you have compassion for an animal, you should have compassion for a human. And I feel like it's similar to how if you have compassion for your enemy, of course you will have compassion to someone that you love. So apologies for the frizzy hair. I'm gonna go fix that. But Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope you have a great week. Please let me know if you have any comments or things to add.